Welcome to ATR Rising Sun Above the Rings podcast, covering our favorite promotion across the Pacific Ocean, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Sam the SLB, and alongside me, as always, the man in black himself, my other half on Rising Sun, Ethan. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow for more New Japan and other wrestling content. Guys, it has been a busy year. A lot going on. Not as much content as we want, but we're hoping, with things ramping up here, you'll be able to hear from us more and more. We're going to go through the schedule. We're going to talk about New Japan's new beginning in Osaka, as well as the results from, I think you said, night 1 and 2 of Fantastica Mania with CMLL. Ethan, long time no speak on the podcast. How are you doing, buddy?
Living the dream. Living the fucking dream.
Living the dream as always. So let's bang this out quickly. Fantastic.
Spoilers.
Yes, we do have spoilers going on, guys. So if you don't want to hear anything after the schedule, go watch it. Just go watch. Go watch, because this was a really good show. It was a very emotional show. We're gonna be getting in a little depth into it. But the next couple months, we have Fantastica Mania going on from February 12th to the 19th. Following that, we have New Beginning at Sapporo, the 23rd and the 24th. We should have coverage on with that. The anniversary event, March 6th, over at Odyssey General Gymnasium. The New Japan Cup comes to us March 7th through March 20th. And last but not least, Road to Sakura Genesis 2024, going on March 30th to Friday, April 5th. So no shortage of content with our good buddy here. New beginning in Osaka. It's weird. This is one of those times where, and I've watched this a few times over the years, and this one really feels like a new beginning as well as a new end. Couple of, this is I believe both the final matches of Will Ospreay and Okada in New Japan.
One of Okada's last. Yeah. They announced his last two for, actually, ironically, the Sapporo shows.
So what's his last match over in Japan?
A 10-man tag on night 2 against United Empire and Matt Riddle.
That's a
run, Okada, run.
That's a thing. All right. I always find it fascinating. It made sense with Suzuki-gun when they had like the 10-man tag.
That one was that was emotional, man. That was so emotional.
And especially unless they do something special like they did with Will Ospreay, we're going to talk about. I was wondering if Okada would have like a one-on-one. But Ethan, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. 8 matches. The card didn't feel that long, honestly.
Nope. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. This was a 3-match show. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah.
All right. So 3 matches. Are they all 3 Ethan picks?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, they are.
All right. Well, let's get right into it then.
All right. So opening match was Chaos's Toriano Neo defeat Ryusuke Taguchi and Bon Oleg at 3 minutes and 45 seconds via Kendo Clutch. 2 out of 10. Next. It was. I mean, it's too short. I mean, it's Yano and it's Yo. It's the funny guys of Chaos and Taguchi, who likes butt stuff, and Oleg, who's a beast, like usual. Yeah, 2 out of 10 for me. Tag team match: Benjamin Montoro, Go and Yoshihashi defeating United Empire's Grail Khan and Cal Newham at 7 minutes and 37 seconds via Shoto on Newham. This was fun. 5 out of 10 for me. Poor Cal Newham that always gets pinned. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I think Grail Khan is the KOPW champion, so technically they could get a shot at the title, even though they didn't pin him. But, wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 out of 10. Another shitty match. 8-man tag. House of Torture's number Oppo Champ, Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, Ren Narita, and Sho defeating Junior champion El Desperado, Tiger Mask 4, Shono Uno, and Takuma Hama at 8 minutes and 43 seconds via Shock Arrow. 4.
Well, I mean, what else? I mean, it's at this point, I think we just need to skip the House of Torture matches when we rate these. It's like this happened.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna dig Togo chops you in the pee-pee. Evil just kicks you in the dick. No pun intended. Show hits you with makes funny faces and hits you in the head with wrenches. Ranarita's not too bad. He needs to leave House of Torture, by the way. By the way, I guess with El Desperado and Show, so their match as a part was supposed to be non-title, but Desperado's like, well, fuck, I'll defend the title. And if Show loses, he has to leave House of Torture and join Strong Style. Please, Desperado, beat him up. I want him out of House of Torture. Ever since he joined that group, at first I was like, okay, like heel turn, all right, I could get behind it. And he joined House of Torture. I'm like, yep, I already hate this already. But yeah, House of Torture shit. Not much to say. 4 out of 10 for me. 10-man tag, just 5 guys defeating Lost and can always say opponent at 11 minutes and 5 seconds via Skull and Bushi. I've seen this match way too many times during the New Beginning tour. I kind of getting tired of seeing this match. I'm not gonna lie. 6 out of 10 for me. I'm just ready for the singles matches at Sapporo, honestly.
This is one of the things that I think with New Japan, it's really nice that you get to see a lot of the talent, almost all the talent, aside from when they're doing G1. Depending on the
Yeah,
blocks, you're not going to see everybody. But like here, this is really nice. But at the same time, you see the same matches over and over again, especially just 5 guys. I mean, there's 5 of them. So guess what? If they do a 10-man tag, you're going to see all 5 of them. And most of the time, if it's Los Ingobernables or maybe Chaos or maybe
it's all of them.
United
Hardcore portion.
Empire, yeah, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. So I can see where it gets repetitive.
Now, I will say at the Cork and Hall show, they did a faction warfare gauntlet match.
Mhm.
I thought that one was actually really fun. That one went almost an hour. And speaking of hours, I'll get to the main event after. I have one negative thing about that, but I'll talk about that later. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. I'm just ready for the Sapporo matches, honestly, to get them over with. I like all 10 guys, but it's just like let's just take a little breather for a little while after. Here's what the Ethan picks thing we get into. Kazuchika Okada defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi at 16 minutes and 50 seconds via Rainmaker. This rolled 8 out of 10, and technically Okada should be challenging Tanahashi for the TV title because it's Tanahashi TV title.
Mhm. Yeah, this was great, especially Tanahashi. He's been a little rough recently. I don't know if it's just an age thing, but this was great. They gave it their all. I love how they kind of went back to was it 2011, 2012. They were showing
Almost
him
to the
do.
day. Almost to the day, yeah.
It was one of those where again, this isn't just another talent leaving New Japan, and this isn't just the leader of a faction leaving New Japan. This is arguably their biggest star leaving the company. Like,
I was still shocked he leaving. I was like, please be a prank. Please be like, got you.
but there definitely comes a point in some of this talent, some talent they want to be there the rest of their lives. This is where they belong. This is their home. And there's definitely other people who strive for more. I know the Bucks and Kenny and Cody, pretty much the elite, had the discussion we might be going to WWE after All In because they sold out 10,000 seats in Chicago and they were like, we're gonna go to WWE and own the house there up until Tony Khan then came in and rest is history. But I think with Okada, I feel like man, he needs to make his mark in the States. He needs to do what Shinsuke did, but better.
Since
Now
you
what Shinsuke did isn't his fault. It's the fault of
no,
the former head of creative over there. But
you brought up TK, so did you see the FIFO report about Okada?
no,
He's going to AEW pretty much.
he is going to AEW. Okay, you heard it here. Second,
That's what
folks.
FIFO reported.
You heard it here second. That would make sense because I know there were potential talks of him going to WWE. Like they were talking, but it sounds like it didn't get that deep. It didn't get to where they wanted it to be. And I don't. He could get a bigger audience over in WWE, but I don't know if he would be. I don't know if he would. Yeah, I don't know. And and this isn't knock on the fact that we have a change of guard and the product is getting better over there. But there are definitely some people who I don't think fit their build. And I don't think Okada would do well. So I think he's going to go to AEW. I think that's a good call. Obviously, we could talk about, what we think needs to happen over there with their writing and whatnot, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm excited. Like, it
Me
was
too.
emotional. I'm excited though. Okada's coming to the States. We have a chance to see Okada wrestle in North America.
Woohoo! It's funny how they said they vacate the number opioid 6-man tag titles, but New Japan never put an official statement. So I'm still counting them as champs until New Japan actually says something because they. So at the Cork and Hall, I think the end of January where they were taking us to MDK. That was a great match, by the way. Okada's like, I'm vacating my half, and everybody's like, so what was the fucking point of you winning if you're just gonna vacate them? But New Japan still has them as champs, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm still counting them as champs until something happens.
Yeah, we'll probably see, if not in the coming shows, maybe after he leaves.
True, I didn't even think of that actually. But this was one of the Ethan picks on the show. I actually was shocked how this went 16. I thought these were gonna get. I thought this match was gonna go at least 20-25 because obviously it's Okada and Tanahashi. They don't really ever go less than 20.
Yep. Nope. It was well, I think we know why some of these matches were shorter, but we will get to that shortly.
uh, Speaking of shitty matches, we go to the IWGP Tag Team titles. Bullet Club's Chase Owens and Kenta defeating the double champs Chris Desi, El Fantasma, and Hikuleo at 13 minutes and 11 seconds via roll-up on Hiko after Ishimori. By the way, who on the Fantastica Mania tour fucking threw up a Hitler salute. Not joking at all.
Who did?
Ishimori, when he's dressed as a Bone Soldier Jr. Did you not see it on Twitter? So apparently,
Ooh.
so when I watched Fantastic, well, I'll tell quick since each more up. So I guess he did salute, and I didn't know he did it at first. Then I looked on Twitter, everybody's like freaking out, but they did edit out the New Japan World. So if you do watch it, Sam, like, I skipped the entrance anyway, but I was like, holy shit, he threw it up in the air. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, well, I think everyone who I think anyone born after who's been alive post World War II knows exactly what it looks like. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to, but I mean, they're like, oh, trying to get heat and stuff, and then Ghetto's yelling fucking Mexicans. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ghetto. I get you're trying to
yeah,
be here, but like, that's a little too, little much, brother. No offense, but
yeah, that was like JBL back in the day when he was in Germany. He did that. It was like,
yeah,
that's no.
I'm gonna call that the JBL spot. But back to this tag team match. This sucked. This was boring. I hated this.
Yeah, this one I kind of, and maybe they threw this in kind of like we talk about the matches being in between, Okada and, the next couple of matches. This one, is this Chase Owens' first title in New Japan?
Nope. So he held the tag title. This is his actually second reign with the tag title because he held with Bad Luck Fale, but he was like super short, and he's held the KOPW title. That's it.
'Cause
That's the only two titles he's held in New Japan, and now he wants to go up to the number 6-man tag titles.
I'm wondering if this is their way of putting kind of giving them more notoriety, because we'll talk about it. But I just we'll talk about well, actually no, there was no other title matches.
But it's funny though because on the New Beginning show in January, I forget where they're at that one. That show Evil won the number Boy title on. They defend the Straw Boy tag titles on that show.
Mhm.
Well, God retained. So I
Yeah.
figure either they were gonna win one of the titles and lose the other set, or vice versa. But yeah, I mean, what was the point of giving them the titles if they're gonna hold it for a month?
Well, maybe, and this is kind of what I was getting at, and I don't have it in front of me. How many belts do they currently hold in New Japan?
Pooh Ball Club,
Yeah.
uh, global title, junior tag titles, and IWGP. So, oh, never. Oh boy, if you're counting House of Torture, because technically they're still count under Ball Club, like 4 or 5.
Let's see.
And
I just
Kenta's got And
Yep.
Kenta's got the Divide Wrestling title, so if you want to count that one, like 6.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So maybe as I look at this, maybe this is their way of really starting to push the New Japan, the War Dogs. Um, and let's kind of jump forward. So the next match, which was I'm assuming was also one of the 3,
Yes.
Zack Sabre Jr. taking on defeating Bryan Danielson in
Fuck
a
yeah.
technical masterpiece.
This was my match of the night, actually. This was my number 1. This gets the full 10.
This is going to be. I would argue this will be in the Ethan slash ATR top 10 by the end of the year.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Like it's this is what when we're talking about tactical wrestling outside of WWE, it's almost always been Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, yeah.
He's been the guy. And then you got Bryan Danielson, who's been, top, he's been on the top, but he's definitely just a technical master himself. And to see these, I don't know what to say. You said perfect 10.
Bing!
This
Yeah,
was
32 minutes. This went by so quick. I like both of their matches, but I like this one a little bit better than the Wrestle Dream one. Like the Wrestle Dream was still good, don't get me wrong, but this one I think top this one. And Danielson backstage said he wants a 2 out of 3 falls match at I think like in the middle ground or whatever. I mean, they met in America, they just met in Japan. I'm gonna throw this out there, all in. Fuck it, throw in Wembley Stadium.
no. Oh my. Oh yeah. Nope. It needs to happen. It needs to happen over in England.
He's like a wrestling promoter. Book me and Sabre in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm like, fuck it. I'll raise you one. I'll give you a 60-minute Iron submission match. Sabre said he wanted to tap him out, but he never did, though. So
that'd be tough, especially if neither of them are champion. Because I feel like that'd be a great closer. But depending on who has the belt by, we're gonna have to sell.
Well, disclaimer: if Dale doesn't fight Nigel at All In, Zack Sabre Jr. is a perfect substitute. Oh, tag match. Fuck it. Let's put McGinnis and Sabre against Danielson and Claudio. Fuck it. I got Sam
been on a
thinking.
loop a little bit, Ethan, and now, I've been on a loop for a while, and I don't know. This match did something to me, man. It reminds me why I love this sport.
32 minutes and 46 seconds. How the that did not feel like 32 minutes.
No, that was one of the longer matches that felt short.
Yeah. I thought it was like I was watching and I was like, that was 32 because I looked at the time when I was reviewing and I was like, that did not feel like 32. That felt like 15. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like ding. I was like, fuck. And Dale said, by the way, he said he's no longer a technician. He gave that to Sabre Jr. Because remember I think Observer News has the awards and they call one of them the Danielson Technician Award. I think you might have to change that to the Zack Sabre Jr. Technical Award at this rate.
Maybe whoever wins the third match, they get the title.
Yeah, winner gets the Technician of the Year name. But these two never bet. And Zack Sabre Jr., if you ever watch his backstage promo, you need to watch it. That was fucking great. He needs a world championship like now.
And maybe it's his time because you lose Okada and Ospreay, and I don't think Finley's there yet for championship.
No, he's not there yet.
I think this might be the year for Sabre to get
Please.
I mean, imagine because he's just naturally an asshole. He's just like
come on. I love a Wrestle Dream where someone yelled to him and he's like, "Shut up, dickhead, we're wrestling." I'm like, yeah, I love British people calling people dickheads and twats. It's so fucking funny.
We need that to happen. That's a good call. Maybe he wins G1.
Oh, please. He was close last year. He was close. And then, a couple years ago. Oh, no, wait. Maybe it was last year. Remember they did the quarterfinals. Remember they did the quarterfinals last year? Yes, it was
Mhm.
on. It was yeah. He was well. He was right there. He didn't finish his story. Yes, I'm taking shots. Leave me alone.
All right, so let's hop over to the main event. Bullet Club War Dogs take on Defeat United Empire in a 10-man dog pound steel cage match, hour, 4 minutes, and 5 seconds.
My only complaint is this went a little too long for me. Honestly, this did not need to go an hour. I think I would have cut maybe 10 minutes at the most. Like it was still good, but I thought the line. There's times I was like, okay, like, whew, let's kind of wrap this up soon.
Yeah. So this is the thing. I don't think I've actually seen or watched any of the New Japan steel cage matches because I didn't even click when he's oh it's a steel cage. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think I've ever seen them do a steel cage, in a while. So this is kind of what I was getting at with Bullet Club, and this is one of the things I really liked about the show. First and foremost, with Chase and Kento winning the titles, I almost lost him. There
That
he
was
is.
weird.
That was
There
weird.
he is. It's like reconnected, but on my Wi-Fi thing, like it says green or yellow. It shows me green. I don't know if that's on your end or not. But I triple checked my Wi-Fi. It's working fine, so I don't know.
Well,
Maybe red shirt's just being weird.
guess what? We have enough time, so we're not cutting it out. Um,
Anyway, but yeah, like this was. I mean, Drum Maloney worked with a fucking torn body, and poor Hanar. Oh my god, what a beast! I gotta clap for him.
this is kind of what I was getting at. So Bullet Club, Chase Owens and Kenta win the belts.
Gross.
I'm waiting for in the is it Driller and Clark Carners who have the title, the other tag titles?
They have the junior. Yep, yep. They won them
They have
at
the juniors, right?
the January New Beginning. I'm gonna look that up for a second. I forget
This
the
is
name of the
one of
show.
those matches. Yeah, this is one of those matches where I felt like because I like these guys, and I was just like they feel new, they feel fresh. And I felt like everything between I think it was what Gabe Kidd or Alex Coughlin coming out with all the chairs,
Alex
and then they
Coughlin. He
thrown up. Mm, they just it was like they wore them in. You really got to with this with new talent, you get excited, and then you're like, okay, well, cool, they're here, and then you start to fizzle, and you're like, okay, when am I gonna like love these guys? And for me, that this match for Bullet Club made me love these guys, and I'm like, this is Bullet Club now. This is what they need. Finley needs a little bit of tweaking. I like Finley, but he's not doing it for me yet as like a world champion idea.
not yet. Not yet.
Uh,
The Hinari gave buddy be quiet. Sorry. Dogs barking. Would you cut it out? Uh Hinari and Kid that on the Cork and Hall show on February 4th. That was a great match. Those who beat the shit out of each other for 20 minutes. Hi buddy. Sorry.
is that the one you told me about that I have to watch?
Yes, that one you need to watch.
Yeah, this was I don't know, this was fun, and especially with TJP and uh Francesco Akira. Again, another like he has junior heavyweight written all over him.
Well
Like
TJP
champion.
teasing of going to staying like junior heavyweight and heavyweight. But I don't know.
But I'm super curious. I again, just little long, but I thought there was a lot of fun spots. I love how they destroyed the ring and then they got the pin and then just stood there. They had that Bullet Club moment.
Yeah, I like car cars came down with the barbed wire on his arm
Mhm.
and Ari just I was like, oh no, he never came away. It was funny. I like how Oscar at the beginning he's like, I want 10 minutes with you. And Philly's like, I'll give you 5. I was like, okay, I'll do 5. And then they just start beating the shit out of each other. I like I wasn't a bit that cage was so weird looking. Like I guess technically it's called a dog pound, but like I felt like that looked like my fence I could wrestle in my backyard. Like I don't know. I thought they should have had the cage a tiny bit higher, and like a couple of times where Cobb came. I think he threw Kid into the cage, or no, Maloney into the cage. I thought the fucking thing was gonna fall down. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
timber.
it's interesting. It almost looked like the old WWE Blue Cage. How it looked very frail and very like,
the
oh, if you hit this the wrong way,
the
uh,
kid's edition.
exactly. Um, but yeah, this was this is worth watching if this is the new age of let's just say New Japan. So aside from Bullet Club, I think Bullet Club came out on top. We got to keep in mind we're losing United Empire's leader first and foremost.
Yes,
Um, Will Ospreay. I think there's plenty of room to grow. It could be anybody. I know the commentators were talking about Great O'Khan and TJP both talking like TJP wants to get up top, but Great O'Khan's like, no, we're a unit. We work together. That we don't need a leader. Um, and on top of that, we're losing the leader of Chaos, who took over Chaos after Nakamura left. Probably the longest leader in any faction in Japan,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, at least.
or at least leader that's currently there. That's
Yeah,
currently a leader. So there's a lot of pieces here. And again, I wanted to hop back. We'll talk about the younger guys. What I did like is at least with I think it was a 10 man.
the main event was 10 men. Yep, yep.
No, I'm talking about the other one. Just five guys in
Lij.
LIJ.
That one was ten
We
men.
got to
Yeah,
see, yeah. Even though it wasn't like great, we did get a lot, a couple of younger talent. Obviously, Yoda Suji, Yuya Mura. Who else was it that match? It was just great. It was really starting to get like, hey, we're gonna start moving these younger guys in. We're gonna start planting them so these other people who want to go who are leaving, there's room and they can grow and they can get their experience. So yeah. What
nine
would
out,
you
9 out of 10 for me.
for the
The cage match, yeah. But that like
page,
my
yeah.
my only complaint though is just the time length. Like that did not need to go over an hour. Like I was starting feeling after. I'm like, okay, can we like wrap this match up soon?
Mhm.
Not in a bad way. It's just like I don't know. That one didn't really need to go an hour. Honestly, I would have probably, like I said, cut 10, maybe 15 minutes at the absolute most. But like,
I
because I think after Osprey and Finley, I think it was every 2 minutes.
Yes, I think if they didn't give him the 5 at the beginning, it
The
might have
war
worked.
games, basically, it was basically war games without fully saying war games, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
originally they were going to do all 10 in the ring, and then during one of the New Beginning shows, they're like, uh, "Oh yeah, it's gonna." And Finley was like, "No, we're gonna do like war games and war dogs get the advantage and stuff." And then he wanted Osprey to start, so
No, I think I liked everything about it. I liked the layout. I knew everyone's like, "Oh, it's." There's probably people online, "Yeah, they're stealing from WWE." It's like, well, yeah, whatever.
no. No, if they were still for WWE, they'd be doing two rings and then the big fucking cage. On
Yeah,
I
but
get what around.
I just meant the rules. I just meant the rules.
Oh,
But
the rules. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Hey, at least they weren't shark cages. I
I enjoyed it.
Poor Akira. I thought he was gonna eat shit on that cage because he came from behind the crowd and he did the
Mhm.
crossbar. I'm like, please be careful. Please be careful. Please be careful. And then I like how when they were throwing, I kind of like how they were kind. I'm just nitpicking, but I like how they kind of like when Melody went, he kind of went like almost like softly into the cage. I'm like, well, I guess you kind of have to because otherwise, if you go full force, wee, that cage is fucking going. I'm like, oh. That's why I wish they made the cage a tiny bit higher, because like it almost kind of looked like Hell in a Cell, just where like they were fine on the floor and stuff, which I kind of like because in cage match you can't really leave.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for New Japan purposes, I thought it was a great um
I think this was their fifth or sixth overall cage match for first time they done like 10.
when was the last time they've done a cage match?
No pun intended. '07, I think. '08, around there. It's been
I
a very long time since they done one.
So they don't like to abuse the cage match. Is that what you're telling me?
Bingo, bingo.
Word. Well, what would you rate the
Which is
show? I
good.
know.
Which is good.
No, it is great. It is great. Make it feel special.
Same with ladder matches. other stuff.
What would you rate the show total? Even though you thought 3 were great and the rest were meh.
8.
8. You think those 3 matches hold it up enough?
Yeah, if honestly, if 3 of those weren't on there, I'd be honest, I'd probably say this was a weak show. But
Mhm.
those 3 kinda stay I'll be honest, at first, I was like, it's there, like, nothing okay, nothing to go out and see yet, and then we got to Okada, I'm like, "Alright, here we go." And
Yeah.
then that one did, and then Sabre Jr. Put it way up for me, honestly, and then the cage, obviously. Besides my nitpicks, I thought it was still a good, fun match. I mean, all 10 were fucking Moxley would have been so proud.
I think if you took the first 3 matches out of here, I think you would have
Yeah.
yeah. The other 10-man and then the, title match would have,
The
would have
that
been great.
Chaos opening match, that was like 3 honestly, that could have been like a dark match, pre-show match, honestly.
Yeah.
That one could have been off the show, honestly. It was like 3:45 or whatever. It was like almost a 4-minute match, so I'm just like, "Fuck."
You gotta get the crowd going. So,
Yeah.
well, we're not, as like you said, new beginning in Sapporo is happening. We'll have coverage on that. Let's quickly go through the results of the nights 1 and 2 of Fantastica Mania.
No problem. Did you want me to run down Sapporo too after, or do you ever just do Fantastic Mania?
And just do Fantastica Mania while we're here.
Okay. So night 1, Monday, February 12th. This was still in Osaka, but this one you can watch on New Japan World. Opening match: Doki and Delfino defeating Bone Soldier Jr., Taiji Ishimori, and Ghetto of Bull Club in 6 minutes and 14 seconds to defeat Doki Choki. God, I miss Gino Gambino. Uh, we had Tiger
Doki,
Mask. It's the Toki Choki, Kevin. It's the Toki Choki.
Doki.
God, I miss him. In a lightning match, it's a CML match. Basically, 10-minute time limit draw or 10-minute limit match. The Mexican National Tag Team Magnus for Tiger Mask 4 goes to a 10-minute time limit draw. Match number 3, LIJ's Bushi Teton, who is the world welterweight champion and IWGP World Champion Tetsuya Naito. Timo Kamatachi, who is Hiromu Takahashi. They defeat Ryusuke Taguchi, Brunei Jr., Junior Weight Champ El Desperado, and Stigma at 12 minutes and 50 seconds via roll up. 6 minutes, we had Strong Machine J versus Dragon Gate. Yo and Okamura defeating Pegasto, Tokumahama, and Dark Panther at 10 minutes 57 seconds via Okamura Cutter. Then 6-minute tag match between Rocky Romero making his Japan return. We miss you, Rocky. To a Hechicero. That's a guy you need to watch. He's a Zack Sabre Jr. technician, luchador. By the way,
Okay.
Hechicero, Sam challenged Zack Sabre Jr. match, and let me say, yes, please. Please.
All
If you
right.
you
All right.
watch it, if you watch him on A, by the way, if you ever watch Collision, Sam, Hechicero and Danielson from a couple weeks ago was really good. That one you need to go check out too, if you haven't.
I gotta play catch up on Collision.
You missed some good shows. I'll give you some matches after. But they team was over to defeat Ten Mero, who is the world middleweight champion. Atlas Jr., who is the world trios champion from CMLL, and world circle light heavyweight champion. CMLL has a lot of titles, so that's why. And follow trios champion follow Jr. 14 minutes and 36 seconds via Duke Buster. In the main event, only 6 matches, so absolute quick watch. You could probably get it done in like maybe an hour at the most. If you
Okay.
skip like the entrances and backstage, basically if you just watch matches itself, like obviously you get it done quickly. Main event was Mascot Raw, who is the world historical welterweight champion, to a Mystico, who is the world historical middleweight champion, to a Hiroshi Tanahashi, Frisco Akira, Stuka Jr., Alto Dragon at 14 minutes and 53 seconds. That was night 1. Let me grab night 2 real quick because English website doesn't have the results up. Excuse me. So I'll use our TK's best friend cage match. Tag match: Delfino and Ryusuke Taguchi defeat House of Torture Show. Oh, I'm sorry, Yusuke Komar and Show defeating Ryusuke and Delfino at 8.5 minutes. By the way, today's show, as we're recording, was not on New Japan World. This is a house show. And tomorrow, like Wednesday show, is also a house show. Pestico and Tiger 4 defeating Bone Soldier Jr. Egg Magnus, 6 minutes and 36 seconds. LIJ defeating Brilliant Jr. Tokumahama, Yo, and Stigma at 9 minutes 36 seconds. Alisher Dark Panther Masoshi defeating Ghetto, Hechicero, and Algomor by DQ at 10 minutes 57 seconds. versus Go Akira, Stuka Jr., Ultimate Dragon V, El Desperado, Masquerade, Mystico, 15 minutes and 42 seconds. That one I kind of wish that aired because I did want to see that match. And Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tambaro, and Frodo Jr. defeat Doki, Rock Romero, and Samurai Jr. at 14 minutes and 50 seconds. So that's it for Fantastica Mania for right now.
Awesome. Yep. Well, I know what's going on. You'll probably continue supplying us the results. Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, I guess that's all we have right now, guys. Before we like we always do, make sure you follow me on X as the SOB official, Ethan over here as wrestling_fan_9. And I remember that, Ethan, because I purposely pulled it up while we were just going through that. So I want to make sure I put it down. We're also on Above the Ring. Don't forget to follow our new podcast. Well, I don't want to say new podcast platform. I guess podcast platform, podcast network, media network, Bedlam Media. We brought it back. We're here. We're doing other stuff, not wrestling related. Go listen to Uncle Sam's Static Kaleidoscope. I talk books. I talk movies. I talk tech. I talk politics. Super Bowl. Less than 20 minutes. Morning show. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Definitely worth a listen. Let us know what you think. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Above the Ring. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell people why Above the Ring and Bedlam Media are the podcasts if you're choosing and why they should listen to us as well. As always, guys, thank you for listening, and do not forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.